Conservative pundit Tomi Lahren, or Tomi Lahren, I don't know how she pronounces her name. She used to be on Fox News years ago, and then she made the mistake of saying that women should have rights over their own body when it came to abortion. And then Fox News relegated her to the online platform on Fox News, where she was no longer the flavor of the month. For a while there, every time I turn on Fox News, there she is, with blonde hair and big boobs and saying right-wing stuff. So they loved her until the moment she said something that right-wingers didn't like, and then they got rid of her. But she's got her own podcast called Tomi Lahren is Fearless. And to show you how fearless she is, she had on Krystal Ball on her program. Now, if you're not familiar with Krystal Ball, she's got her own show, Breaking Points, and she has a very conservative co-host, and they debate current events and what have you. But Krystal Ball, she's got chops. She's been around for a while. She used to be on MSNBC until she stopped towing the centrist party line, and then she got fired. But she has been pretty damn good when it comes to talking politics, and she's got a great voice, and she's nobody's dummy. She is very smart. And the fact that Tomi Lahren has her on the show kind of leads me to believe that maybe she doesn't watch Krystal Ball. She didn't do any research on Krystal Ball before she had her out there. I got a couple of clips from this I wanted to show you. The first one, we're talking about free speech. This was, I think it was regarding Jimmy Kimmel and Trump hating on free speech. Anyway, I'll let Krystal do this. I love this freeze frame of Tomi Lahren here. But here, check it out. It's pretty good.
In DC, in Chicago, so what we've seen so far, a lot of this is like fascist theater, but it is meant to intimidate. It is meant to send a message
thugs and
that
felons,
political opposition will not be tolerated. And you have to put it together, Tomi. I genuinely want to ask you this question. Like, is there nothing that he's done that you feel like, it's a little too far? Like, we've had the tariffs, which have been wild and unilaterally imposed. We've got Palantir getting contracts to surveil anyone and everyone they want to. We have people being sent to a foreign gulag with zero due process.
We have gulags in this country and outside the country where we're shipping people outside the country that did nothing wrong. They were just collected by ICE and shipped there. And she's like, oh, I love that. My God.
National Guard being deployed in city after city after city. You have American citizens. I mean,
I don't know if you saw
this video.
Which cities has he deployed National Guard to besides protecting
LA,
federal?
DC, Memphis, Portland.
We invited him here. We invited him
states.
to Tennessee. We invited him to Tennessee.
She sticks on the one in Tennessee. That's the one that we invited him to come to Tennessee. Meanwhile, she just name me one city that they went to. Just name me one city. And Krystal goes off and names like 5, like that. Like, obviously, this woman did not do any research on who Krystal Ball is. She is not prepared for this interview.
Governor invited him to come clean up the streets of Memphis because they desperately need the help. So this is, I'm genuinely curious in this.
But Tomi, can you respond to the question, though? None of this you feel this is a little too far.
No.
Saying policing comedians' monologues, right?
He's not
using lawsuits to threaten media, consolidating media in the hands of his allies.
I know that you're not trying to allege that Jimmy Kimmel or Colbert were taken off the air because of President Trump.
Yes, they were.
They obviously were. I mean, Kimmel in particular. Colbert, you could make another argument about. But the FCC commissioner came out and said we could do this the easy way or the hard way. And next thing you know, Disney pulls the plug. Why? Because they know that this president weaponizes the federal government against his adversaries. They're worried about their business deals because the backlash was so severe. Look, these people don't care about anything about their bottom line. I hope you agree with that. And they saw more than 1.7 million Disney customers cancel their Disney Plus subscriptions. So they were like, oh, we've got an even bigger problem.
Look at that look on Tommy's face there. She's like, ooh, I bit off way more than I can chew. But so why was he reinstated? Because 1.5 million people canceled their Disney subscription, and all Bob Iger and Disney care about is profit. They don't give a flying fuck about Jimmy Kimmel. They give a shit about their profit. And America was really pissed off about Jimmy Kimmel and the fact that Donald Trump obviously went after him. And Brendan Carr of the FCC said we can do this the easy way or the hard way. It was obvious as the day is long. And she's over here acting like she's some ditzy blonde, pretending like she doesn't know this. But of course, Krystal's not going to let her slide on it.
Here. But there is zero doubt that the intention is to chill speech, to make anyone who opposes this president think twice before they do that. That's what the university crackdowns are about. That's what the legal crackdowns are about. That's what kidnapping students off the street for writing an op-ed. That's what that's about. That's what the National Guard in the street is about. And that's what him saying to these generals today, we have to use the military against the enemy within. So you may not like the term fascist. You may not like it when it's thrown around by Democrats. You had no problem with it when it was thrown around by Trump, by the way. But that is, in fact, the accurate description of what we're seeing here. And so I have no problem with people trying to accurately describe the situation that they're experiencing in their own country.
Do you think that I have so many questions for you?
I have really nothing to say to that. So let's just change the subject and talk about something else. She is not prepared for this. Krystal just fucking dog walked her. God, she's such a dumbass. Look, I know that people are hired because they're pretty and because they know how to parrot talking points. But goddamn, man, Republican pundits are so dumb. And when they are confronted by somebody who has a modicum of intelligence, who knows what they're talking about and pushes back incredibly hard on them, they go, oh, okay, so I have like lots of other questions. Can we move on? Okay. Anyway, I wanted to show you this other part of the interview. It was great.
Guys, the last thing I want to talk to you about is because I'm about ready to do my commentary on it. But do you think Bad Bunny is a good choice for the Super Bowl?
I'm not that knowledgeable about him, but it seems fine. And I don't know why it's a big deal. Seems like a great American artist. So sure.
He's not an American artist, but
he's Puerto Rican. That's part of America, dear.
Yeah, you don't think you have any problem with him?
Oh my God. A strategically placed deer. Oh, that is a internet interview punditry slap in the face. She is absolutely right. If you are a Puerto Rican, you are an American. Even though they don't get a chance to vote, which is, ultimately another problem that we should deal with, which of course Donald Trump has no intention of making Puerto Rico the 51st state. He wants to make Canada the 51st state when actually we already have a 51st state. It's called Israel. But Krystal walked her into that very gently and easily. She did it. She goes, I don't really know who he is, but he seems like a perfectly good American entertainer. Knowing that Tomi was going to fall for the bait and go, he's not American, he's Puerto Rican. And she goes, yeah, well, Puerto Ricans are Americans, honey. Hate to break it to you. I just wanted to show you that again because I just thought it was so good. And the fact that she's bringing up Bad Bunny. Boy, the right wing is losing their mind over fucking Bad Bunny. By the way, Bad Bunny, whether you like him or not, he has done the right thing. He could tour in the United States and make millions of dollars. I mean, he's like Taylor Swift famous. He is so fucking famous. He could make buckets of money doing a tour in the United States. But he says, I'm not going to, because that would bring out a lot of Hispanic people to come see my show. And if Hispanic people come out to see my show, then ICE is going to stake out all of my concerts and arrest a whole bunch of people. So I am not going to go make money and profit off of giving ICE the opportunity to arrest a whole bunch of Latin folk. It would not be right of me. So that's the reason why he's not doing it. Now he's able to do the Super Bowl. And what? Are you going to send ICE out there to stake out the Super Bowl? You think you're going to find any undocumented immigrants at the Super Bowl? A Super Bowl ticket costs $2,000 to $5,000 for one fucking ticket. You're not going to find any middle or lower class people with no money being able to buy one of those tickets. So that's why he's able to do this. He's basically going to be performing for a whole bunch of rich white assholes. But the fact that she just does not understand the concept of Puerto Rican people being classified as American citizens just shows you how much of a ditzy fucking blonde she is. And yeah, I called her a ditzy blonde. I'm blonde. I can do that. So let's just watch it again, shall we? It was fun. Get her, Krystal.
Guys, the last thing I want to talk to you about is because I'm about ready to do my commentary on it. But do you think Bad Bunny is a good choice?
Oh, by the way, I wanted to point this one little thing out before she gets into it. When Krystal gives her the business, as she does so gently and so effectively, and with that little deer, oh, it was so priceless. But I want you to watch Tomi Lahren at the end of it, how she soothes herself from the big smack that Krystal just gave her. Watch how she does it.
For the Super Bowl.
I'm not that knowledgeable about him, but it seems fine, and I don't know why it's a big deal. Seems like a great American artist, so sure.
He's not an American artist, but
he's Puerto Rican. That's part of America, dear.
Yeah, you don't think you have any problem with him saying the ICE is? Well, I'm sure you don't. Mother effers and sons of and that he's not going to perform.
Honey, what's that guy, 4G, Auto, Blow, MAGA rapper out there? He wrote a song about hanging people, how to make a rope to hang the black folk. And he is a huge right-wing wannabe rapper. He's not very good at his craft, but he wrote a song about hanging black people. So do you have a problem with that? But you have a problem with Bad Bunny saying motherfucker about ICE? Yeah, they are motherfuckers, honey. What are you fighting for? You fighting for death or you fighting for life? You're just fighting for clicks, and I don't think you give a flying fuck.
Here, due to immigration.
America agrees with him on that.
You think so?
The majority of Americans think ICE has gone too far. They've watched videos of 79-year-old business owners be slammed to the ground and their ribs broken by ICE. So I think the American people are probably on board with that message at this point, Tomi.
Okay. Well, whoever you're talking to, I'm sure is. I'm not so sure the rest of the country is, but
I'm just looking at the polls. That's all.
Yeah, but you told me earlier the polls didn't matter, Krystal.
That are behind my.
Look at her. She's staring at the big fucking rock on her finger going, okay, well, I just got my ass handed to me on live TV, but at least I'm still rich, and a very rich man bought me this big ring, and I feel pretty good about that. So it's just the self-soothing of it all. Oh my God. Krystal just smoked her.
Sometimes
Statements, not just the vibes.
Don't matter. Remember that when you told me that earlier?
Yeah, because principles
don't matter?
Principles matter. Principles matter. And but when you're talking about where the American people are, that's when I consult the data. But in terms of what I believe,
when it's helpful to you,
those are principles. No, in terms of what I believe, those are.
You're talking to somebody who has no principles. People that have no principles get mad when somebody brings up principles because they don't have them. They don't understand what it is. They're just in it for the lulz. They're in it for the fight. They're in it for the clicks. Tomi Lahren here would happily have a political argument with somebody on the left and then go, hey, we're going to go get drinks later. You want to come? And the left winger would be like, no. Why would I want to have drinks with you? Why would I want to hang out with you? Your ideas are immoral and evil and mean. You're just mean and racist. Why would I want to go have drinks with you? And she's like, this is just for fun. We're just having a good time up here. Meanwhile, people's lives are in the balance with your little fun thing here. So when somebody who is on the left talks about principles, they mean it. They're not here for the money. They're not here for the jokes and the memes. They're here because they have principles. This ditzy bitch here has no principles. She's just there to have a little argument and get clicks on her little fearless YouTube page. Anyway, I appreciate Krystal Ball. She did a great job. She smoked her like a Philly fucking blunt, and it was beautiful. Tomi Lorenzo, or wherever the fuck your name is, honey. Why don't you read a book? Why don't you learn a couple of things? Why don't you do a little research before you invite people on your show? I don't really think she cares one way or the other. Honestly, like I said, I think she's just in it for the clicks. And, you know, she's going to go home with a clear conscience because she has like a 4-carat rock on her finger, and she can just go, well, at least I am rich and I'm happy and I'm pretty and I've got a man who loves me, and well, at least he pretends like he loves me, and I'm trying to stay as young and pretty as I possibly can so my husband won't cheat on me. I hate to break it to you, honey. Anybody who would marry somebody like you is already sizing up somebody out there to replace you. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, please like and subscribe. Keep rocking.